When it comes to Lost Island, starting off can be hard, so the Outcasts proudly present our beginner's guide to Lost Island. Welcome to Lost Island, a 150 square kilometer map, making it the biggest map on ARK. With a new map comes new creatures, introducing the Amargasaurus, the Dino Pithecus, and the Simmo Macrops. The Amargasaurus looks like a bigger version of a stego. To tame this creature, you must sync with it first, then hunt with the creatures by attacking other nearby creatures in its range. This creature has a harvest ability, a cool spike throw ability which injures enemy players and creatures for actually a really fair amount of time. And pressing spacebar allows for you to aim while running straight, making this a great dino for PvP. Up next is the Dino Pithecus, which can throw grenades and poop. This rideable monkey can jump extremely far, and I mean extremely far. This monkey can climb walls like a fairy, and it's a passive tame, but you will normally find these in herds, so you will need to single one out and tame it with either mutton or exceptional kibble. And finally is the Simmo Macrops. This small bird-like creature can be passive tamed using chitin and can literally fly you just about anywhere. Now this creature does have a stamina bar and doesn't move that fast, but for PvP this would be an amazing thing to just scale up a wall and start fighting people. By pressing spacebar while you're flying, it will allow you to glide down or fly wherever you are facing, and makes for a fun little toy for ARK. The landmarks may be one of the best aspects of Lost Island. This map has some of the best landmarks I've ever seen on any map. From castles to crazy shaped terrain, there is always something new to explore. These abnormal works of art really make the map pop out like never before. There are literal custom trees and rocks that are not in really any other map that I've ever seen. What also makes this map stand out is the failure of lack of detail to each and every corner of this map. Everything is covered from land to water, and there are 129 different creatures on this immersive map. You have creatures from every single map, like Scorched Earth and Extinction. Each creature is distinguishedly placed for their biome, really making Lost Island one of the best maps in my opinion. Some of the best areas for farming meadow is in the desert mountains on the bottom right corner of the map. The snow mountains also offer a great area for farming rich meadow nodes, but every mountain has a little bit of meadow on it. For oil, go to the bottom left side of the map and look underwater if you like to farm underwater. For land, look around 25 latitude and 65 longitude, you'll find a decent amount of oil to satisfy your needs. And of course, the oil veins are in the desert. Silica pearls can be found just about anywhere on the map underwater, but the best area would be at the bottom left area of the map. The best location for crystal would be in the snow mountains. Lost Island has some of the best caves I've ever seen. Each and every cave is different, and they are all extremely detailed and lead to unearth-like features. For more info on some of the caves, go check out our top 10 caves on Lost Island's video. Unlike most maps, Lost Island has wyvern scars. Lost Island features 2 wyvern scars which are very unique in their own way. The first one can be found in the volcanic area, and this is the bigger of the 2. This scar features a beautiful landscape with blooming crystals, while also having a volcanic feel of lava streaming through the scar. The second wyvern scar can be found in the snow area. This wyvern scar is definitely a lot smaller, but this wasn't meant for ice wyverns, making it a nice little secondary wyvern scar that is a lot less crowded. Now let's talk about the Dino Pithecus King Boss. The King Boss may be one of the most unique boss fights I've ever seen compared to other maps. To aggro the boss, you need to shoot it or either get really close to it as it will be sleeping. The Dino Pithecus King will summon minions just like other bosses, but these minions can be combined with other PvE mobs, for example the Dino Pithecus being flown around by a Simmo Macrops, which is actually an interesting take on minion fighting. This really changes things up on the player, as this means the player will need more than just Rexes to kill the boss. Another type of minion you can find is the Dino Pithecus riding the Amargasaurus. This combo does a lot of damage, so I highly recommend killing these as fast as possible, and they also shoot these flaming things at you, so it would actually kill your player, so I highly recommend killing them as fast as possible. Now if you think this boss fight can't get any harder, you're wrong. The king boss has the chance to randomly throw you off your tame, which can end horribly. The boss randomly will jump up on pillars and throw poop at your dinos, which lasts about 30 seconds, so fighting the boss will definitely be a rush, as you only have 30 minutes to complete the fight. Next up is the artifacts. You will need these for boss fights on Lost Island, but they can also be used on any other map. The first artifact can be found at 38.8 latitude and 11.3 longitude, and this is the artifact of the hunter. Next up is the artifact of the pack, which can be found at 37.7 latitude and 29.3 longitude. The artifact of the clever can be found at 28.2 latitude and 39.6 longitude. The artifact of the massive and devious can both be found at 60.2 latitude and 44.3 longitude. At 31.5 latitude and 54.3 longitude, the artifact of the strong can be found. Artifact of the Skylord can be found at 61.0 latitude and 59.5 longitude. Artifact of the Immune can be found at 26.0 latitude and 70.1 longitude. Artifact of the Cunning can be found at 58.6 latitude and 74.8 longitude. And lastly, the artifact of the Brute can be found at 88.9 latitude and 82.6 longitude. These artifacts are all placed conveniently, making this map a pretty easy one for farming artifacts. The beaver dams can be found randomly around the map, but the most common locations are around 21.4 latitude and 39.8 longitude. The other main location that can be found at is 60.5 latitude and 67.4 longitude. If you're looking to farm beaver dams, I highly recommend another map, as beaver dam spawns on Lost Island are just horrific. Lost Island is the only other map to feature the amazing Magmasaur. Surprisingly, they are somehow on this map, which I'm confused about. These fire-breathing demons can be found at 21.9 latitude and 67.8 longitude. Lost Island is definitely one for the books, and overall is an amazing map that I would recommend to any new player to ARK. Lost Island brings a fearful challenge while also bringing a fun explorer experience to no map that I've ever seen before. We hope you enjoyed this video and made your day a little better. Thanks for watching.